don't teach the judgments of the Most High. What they do is they'll pick and choose inside the laws, but these judgments are here to separate us from everybody, and what they're actually here to do is to make sure that you loving your people above everybody else's. Right. That you're not loving the heathen nation, that you're loving yours. That's why these judgments are here. This is what the judgments are about. So, what it is also, when you start to get inside judgments, you start to learn discernment. You'll start to learn how to discern, how to discern, right from wrong, good from bad. Because without these judgments, you don't have that. And everybody will start to go on what they think. You see what I'm saying? Everybody will start and knows how to really judge a matter for real, to find out whether that matter is actually a good matter or a bad one, whether it's right or wrong. You see what I'm saying? And this is the problem that we got going on in the nation of Israel to this day. This is the problem that we got. All right? Let me start this out. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to also talk about what happens when you don't do these judgments, or when you try and twist them and try and pervert them to your own lust or your own damn desire. You can't do that. You see what I'm saying? Let's start at Exodus chapter 1, Exodus 21 and verse 1. Is everybody getting it? As a matter of fact, hold on for a second. I'm going to get another Bible. Matter of fact, I want you to have that one. I want you to have this one because it's bigger. Because I might be calling on you to read. All right. Okay, everybody there? Now these, I'm going to take it from the top. Now these are the judgments which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy an Hebrew servant. Now, check this out. It says, if thou buy a Hebrew servant, right? Now, it's a doctrine that's being pushed out here that's saying that everything that comes from Abraham is a Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Because, the Ishmaelites come from Abraham. The Esau come from Abraham. Technically they're saying Eber, but I'm just going to deal with Abraham right now because nobody is claiming to be a descendant of Eber. You know what I'm saying? All right. So they're saying that, right? But I'm going to show what's that? The TV. All right. Okay, give me verse 2, Trouble. Go ahead, read verse 2 for me.
If thou buy a Hebrew, Exodus 21, verse 2. If thou buy a Hebrew servant 6 years, he shall serve. And in the seventh, he shall go free. Okay, it says, if thou buy a Hebrew servant, right? Now, in order for you to buy a man, that man has to, fall into some type of situation where, where this man, he just don't have no money. You see what I'm saying? Now, this man is broke. He didn't, have to sold himself unto you. You see what I'm saying? So that he can work for you for an amount of time, so he can get back up on his feet, right? Okay, go ahead. And in the seventh year, he shall go free for nothing. It says in the seventh year, he shall go free for nothing, right? That means he doesn't owe you anything because see, what some people would try and do is to try and make it to where he's in your debt. Try and make it to where he's in your debt to try and make him serve more. You see what I'm saying? Well, the Lord, these judgments eliminate that type of practice right there. Okay, go ahead. If he came in by himself, he shall go out by himself. If this man came in by himself, then he shall leave also by himself too. Okay, go ahead. If he were married, then his wife shall go out with him. Right. Okay. So his wife shall go out with him, right? All right. Now go ahead. Now see, we're going to see the other thing. Go ahead. If his master has given him a wife, and she has borne him sons or daughters, the wife and the children be her master's, and he shall go out by himself. Now, I'm going to go into slavery, right? Now, one of the problems that we have with our women is, now, you ever heard a sister say that she's proud of her slave name? I done heard that. Proud of her slave name. I heard brothers and sisters say that garbage about how proud they are of their slave name, right? All right. Now, there's a law right here that says, go ahead and take it from the top, read it again. If his master has given him a wife, and if his master has given him a wife. Now, when we out there in the world, right, and we have a wife, and this wife loves America, right? America's her master. You see what I'm saying? And formerly was your master too. You see what I'm saying? So now you come into the truth, right? But your wife still in love with America. You see what I'm saying? So what is this saying right here? This saying your wife has to be broken in a sense. Just like they broke her and made her a slave and a servant for them, they made and all of that. Well, obviously, according to the scripture, she has to be rebroke. You see what I'm saying? This is the state that we're in. Go ahead and read that again. If his master has given him a wife, and she born him sons or daughters. Now, think about it. Now, you have a wife, you got a wife from the world, and you had children with the wife from the world. Your wife from the world, when you first come into the truth, you come into the truth and everything before her. That's right. Your wife is still up under their ownership. Right. And you can realize it and see it once you come into the truth. So what does this say that you got to do? The true Isaiah. It's saying that you gotta get her from the slave master. You gotta break that hold that he has and bring her to the truth also. Right. That's exactly what you gotta do. You gotta do this. We have to, and when we go into marriage, if we marry a woman that's in the world, we have to understand this. You see what I'm saying? We have to understand that she has, just like she was broken for him, she has to be broken for you. And all of his breaking to her was not kind and sweet
And it wasn't full of candy and roses and all of that garbage.
That's right.
So your breaking of her, your re-breaking of her, is not going to be about that either.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, he has broken her and made her a horse that everybody can ride. You have to re-break her and make her a horse that only you can ride.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how this thing works. She has to be broken from that nation and to be inside your nation. And see, here's the thing too. Also, when a brother take a wife, a brother has to understand something. That wife, you see what I'm saying? If you come into the truth, right, and you meet a woman that seems to have good potential, but she's in the world, you have to understand that y'all have two separate worlds. And your job is to break her out of that world and bring her into yours. Understanding her world. You see what I'm saying? Because hell, you was formerly once in it. You understand her world. You see what I'm saying? But she doesn't understand the world that you're in, right? But you know what? It's not a democracy. You see what I'm saying? You make sure that you get her from that world and bring her into your world. You know what I'm saying? Just like when you look at Song of Solomon. This was a woman that come from another world. She was a Hebrew woman. She wasn't no heathen. You see what I'm saying? But her world was different than King Solomon's. You see what I'm saying? She had to pursue him, desire him to the point to where she was ready to leave her own world and join with his. And this is what the women got to be like in order for them to be bought back by us. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's got to go down. Because see, if we do the direct opposite, we'll mess around and get it. I done seen brothers, like, say for instance, a brother will be with a younger woman, right? And instead of him breaking her from that young world and, and making her wise beyond her years or whatever, right? Instead of him doing that, he'll conform to what, like the young dudes that are around her. You see what I'm saying? And that's a real stupid thing for him to do because, for one thing, there's a certain glory in being young. You see what I'm saying? These are young dudes, you know what I'm saying, that can shoot double court all damn day long, you know what I'm saying, that are young, that don't really know a whole lot about anything, right? But then you take off what it is that you know, or the fact that you never learned anything, and you go into that world. You be a 50-year-old dude running around with a 22-year-old girl running around with some damn skinny jeans on, man. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? We got to be stronger than that. I done seen that stuff happen quite a bit. You see what I'm saying? And the older brother, he's like the damn, he's like the child. And when she see that, not saying that it's right for her to do this at all, but she's going to disrespect you on a level because of that. On a great level because of that. You see what I'm saying? She's going to disrespect you. Because you are supposed to take her. I mean, could you picture, like, when Sarah died, right? Now, could you picture, Abraham remarried when Sarah died. He married Keturah. And he was like 130-something at the time. You see what I'm saying? Now, Abraham, when he married Keturah, now we know she was way, way younger than him. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't go and try and be like the young dudes of his day. You know what I'm saying? He didn't go around and take his own glory off as an older man, you know what I'm saying? And try and be like the damn young dudes. He wasn't around trying to be like the young niggas and all that. You see what I'm saying? The young niggas, go ahead.
So lucky. Like Jay-Z talking about 40 is the new 20 and all that other crap.
Yeah, that garbage. 40 is not the new 20. 40 is 40.
That's right.
Just like it was 40 years ago. You see what I'm saying? 40 is 40. That's what it is. If you look young and everything for your age, great. That's great for you. But don't, go on that and then try and act just like the little young niggas and all of that. No, bull crap. You are an older man. Everybody's supposed to be trying to be like you.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The young niggas should want to change because you're around.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? They should want to act wiser than what they were before you come around. It's a scripture in the Bible that talks about in Job. He said when he came around, the young men hid themselves. You see what I'm saying? They're supposed to inspire to have that kind of power when they get old while they're young. They're supposed to see that and they're like, man, that's I want that right there. So what are they gonna start doing? They're gonna start acting older. They're gonna be wise. They're gonna want to learn wisdom, things like that. You see what I'm saying? Learn some knowledge about something. Because they're gonna see that as the great thing. But go ahead.
And that's exactly what you see in the ISUPK. You see our captains and our generals and our officers lead the way, and young men, young troopers follow.
That's right. That's right. And in the ISUPK also, you have very young officers.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You have young officers, and these dudes are 50 times wiser than the guys, that they go to school with.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? These dudes are leaders.
That's right.
Because, see, they're looking up to the older men. You see what I'm saying? The men that are not the skinny jean wearing men, these are men that are lawful, that understand judgment, that understand justice, things like that.
That's
and
right.
They aspire to be like that. Everybody in the ISUPK wants to be like the generals that are in the ISUPK.
That's right.
Everybody, and this is how we're supposed to be as a whole nation. We're supposed to be like that. You see what I'm saying? The 40-year-olds should want to be like the 60-something-year-old. The 60-something-year-olds should want to be like the 80-something-year-old.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's how this thing is supposed to be. Just like the 10-year-olds want to be like his big brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And who is like his father. That's how this thing works. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
This is how Daniel was able to be so wise at like 15 years old. You see what I'm saying? This is how that started to happen. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't learning wisdom, trying to be like, the dudes that was running around doing little bad stuff and all of that all the time. Who did he look up to? He looked up to the older prophets.
That's right.
And he got into the books of the prophets.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And read that. And he started to model and shape his life after that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't mean to go too far off the topic, but it said, give me verse 4 again.
Verse 4. Exodus 21:4. If his master has given him a wife, and she has borne him sons or daughters, the wife and the children shall be her master's, and he shall go out by himself.
You know what? This is a reason right here of why, a woman is, a woman and the children that is owned. This is the thing about it. Women are the weaker vessel.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And women are more prone to go on to what they were taught. You see what I'm saying? As the scriptures say, a woman will receive every man. But it talks about one daughter being above another, being better and greater than another. You know what I'm saying? A woman will receive every man. You see what I'm saying? And what this is meaning, like, when you try and bring a woman into the truth and everything, and it, like, say, for instance, you done been teaching this woman, it could be a wife or whoever, be aware of this, You could be your wife or whatever, right? And she starts to and then one day she gonna say something, and you're gonna be like, what? I didn't teach you that. You see what I'm saying? That's what it means when it says a woman will receive every man, because she's not about the in-depth knowledge and all of that. That's why the woman has to be ruled over. You see what I'm saying? We have to, and in relationships, a lot of times, it's not about right and wrong. You see what I'm saying? Wisdom and foolishness, it's about who the hell's going to wear the pants. You see what I'm saying? You are the head figure, you make it your damn way. You know what I'm saying? As the men that are over you make your way.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You make her way. It's not a democracy. It's not a negotiation between you and her. For one damn thing, y'all ain't equals. You see what I'm saying? You only negotiate with somebody that you view as an equal.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, if your woman, the white man doesn't negotiate with the black woman. He negotiates the black woman.
Right.
He negotiates her. He imposes his will upon her. You see what I'm saying? As the master in this scripture does with the woman. Think about it now. Imagine if he don't do this, if this man don't do this law, right? And he go out with her mind is still with her master.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? What's going to happen then? They're going to argue now. They're going to argue a whole damn lot. You see what I'm saying? But what is our job to do is to break, you see what I'm saying, that spirit right there. Is to break, just like she was broken to follow him, break her to follow us. But in this instance right here, this is a Hebrew that has, has a female servant that he gives unto the man that gave himself unto him for work. You see what I'm saying? Now, they're worshiping the Most High. You see what I'm saying? And they think alike. Both of them understand the laws, statutes, and commandments. They think alike. You know what I'm saying? But in this instance, this was talking about that. Talking about as if it's a Hebrew servant, right? Because back in the kingdom, we're gonna have to operate like this again. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
Now, what happened also too, we treated if we had a servant, we treated him as a brother.
That's right.
We didn't treat him like a damn dog. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
And by being the fact that you would treat this man like a brother, you and this man will mess around and be lifelong friends.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? So that man won't have to leave you for real. You see what I'm saying? That man won't have to leave. He can stay right there. And as a matter of fact, and assume a very high position, you see what I'm saying, inside, what all that y'all have. You know what I'm saying? He'll be a lord and a master and a ruler over everything that you have also. You see what I'm saying? He might mess around and be your second in command. You see what I'm saying? But if this man decides to go ahead and leave, right? It was also a custom that we would leave a man would venture out to another land or whatever, would leave them with them, and he can come back also because that line of communication is still open. Y'all still ace boons. Y'all still brothers. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You going out to establish something else. You may, I don't know, it's something you want to do to venture out or some type of business that you want to go into or whatever the hell the case was. Or why the man would actually leave. You know what I'm saying? The man that was treating him like a brother. You know what I'm saying? But the wife and the kids and everything was to stay. See, but he will bring like his servants with him. You see what I'm saying? His servants that were his men that can bear the sword, they can fight well. You know what I'm saying, to protect, the things that he had. While he sat there and built up there, now what he can sit there and do and join forces back with the man whom he formerly served, and together they're going to be a powerhouse family. You see what I'm saying? They will be a powerhouse group. And whatever his last name was, you see what I'm saying? And that's what the white man does. He does a variation of this. That's why you have powerful families. You see what I'm saying? In the white world, you have the Astor family. You see what I'm saying? The Astor family who married into the Todd family. You see what I'm saying? And they formed this alliance, Astor and Todd together. You see what I'm saying? One started out as the servant to the other. You see what I'm saying? But they've joined forces, Morgan and Chase. You see what I'm saying?
That's right.
We look at those names as something great. But when they're in their beginnings, one was greater than the other.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I think it was J.P. Morgan that was greater than Chase, or
Yep.
or the other way around, one of the two. You see what I'm saying? One, they started as a servant to the other. You see what I'm saying? But together, they built a powerhouse banking system.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Well, that's what this law is really teaching you to do. That's why we can't get away from these judgments. Strangers are not taught. We're not to handle strangers like we handle our own brothers and sisters. That is garbage. And that's one of the reasons why, this is one of the reasons why people think that everything that comes from Abraham is a Hebrew, because we want to merge up with every damn body else. You see what I'm saying? We ain't doing nothing but pushing, a lot of these groups ain't doing nothing but pushing the Hebraic version of the damn Christian church.
Right.
To unify and to join with every damn body while you become a goddamn dog to everybody. And see, now, the thing that they don't understand is these fake Israelite groups are taught wrong as hell. Here in Indianapolis, there's Israelites that know that they're Israelites and all of that, and they teach this garbage.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? I just read across one, just the other day, and that's one of the things that inspired me to do this teaching. And when I ran across this brother, he kept trying to argue with me, over, who all was a Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Right. The Lord told us not to make a covenant with these nations.
That's right.
Just like when King Solomon married the strange wives, and it said also too, of the nations whom the Lord said that you should not make a covenant with, then, and one of the nations that was mentioned was Edom. Nations that come, they come from Eber.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And come from Abraham. Ammon and Moab do. Go ahead.
That's so lucky. Like that one group down when we go out to talk to the people, like how they always interacting with the white devil.
Right. They want to have that's a good example right there. They're the type group that will teach that. You see what I'm saying? While they take on a militant physical appearance, running around with the cargo pants and boots, you know what I'm saying? And headbands and everything, they dressing almost like they UPK.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? But at the same time, inside their heart is they're teaching to go against what we teach. Go ahead.
So lucky. Inside their heart is fear. I see cowardice in them. That's what I see.
Right, it's cowardice, but it's also a desire also.
God.
In their lives, they've never had anything to join them to the white man like they really want. And a lot of people are only using, black power movements, Israelite, all of the, what would you lump it together? Niggerdom movements. I'm just going to call it that. You know what I'm saying? Movements inside niggerdom, they're using it to join themselves as a something to join themselves to white people.
Right.
Just like when a nigga have a talent. You know what I'm saying? He found out he's good at something, and he's real good at it. What's the first thing he want to do with it?
Look, Mr. White Man, look what I can do.
Exactly. So now you got this nigga that was formerly in the Christian church, right? And he's seen that the Christian church really ain't joining with the white man like he really won't. You know what I'm saying? He has a decent little job or whatever, or maybe he has no job or whatever the case is. But he knows that he's detached from the white man. Right. You see what I'm saying? Found out he's an Israelite, right? He go through the scriptures. Oh, I'm an Israelite. And then he go through Deuteronomy 28. What's one of the first things that a nigga like that usually do? Does anybody know? That one of the first things, True outside? Who does he go to?
He goes to the white man.
Exactly. Some of them, they go to the damn Jewish synagogue to try and show them in Deuteronomy 28 how they're a Hebrew. You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like they really give a damn about that. They've been knowing you was a Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? You think you coming across some great newfound knowledge. You know what I'm saying? You think that you coming off just something great. You finally done seen all of a sudden, you didn't give a damn about the Bible before, but all of a sudden it's like glowing now. You know what I'm saying? In gold. Go ahead.
So lucky. They've been knowing, and that's the reason why they've been treating us the way they have.
Right. Right, yeah. They've been knowing. And to us it's new. They've been old knowledge to them, but to us it's new. So we go to them and, you know what I'm saying, try to show them. And you know what? Some of them are more slick. They ain't going to just get angry with them right out, right? What they'll do is, they'll say, interesting. See, that's interesting. So they'll act like they just got the knowledge. They'll act like that, right? And they'll, you know, and they'll sit there and say, when they see you serious about it, you ain't leaving off of it. Next thing you know, they're going to say that you could be a Jewish up under them.
Right.
You could be that up under them. You could be a new Jew. You know what I'm saying? You could be the new Jew. That's how they'll come in. You see what I'm saying? They'll come like that. Now, go ahead.
So lucky, still trying to steal your birthright.
Right, exactly. Still usurping you. You done got the knowledge. They done spoiled your dumb ass. You know what I'm saying? You done got the knowledge and every damn thing. That's why they're called the foxes, and the foxes spoil the vine. That's why you got Fox TV.
That's right.
Just like that, the Astors and the Todd family. The Todd family, of course, they're Jewish also, right? The name Todd actually means fox.
That's right.
And what is a fox known for being? He's known for being a slick thief.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Now, the fox is not a powerful animal. He's not, go ahead.
So lucky, the fox gets what he wants without confrontation. He's
right.
conniving and slick.
Right, he's slick. He's slick, he's real subtle, he's sneaky. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's why, you know, the fox in the Bible uses the metaphorically the fox, you know what I'm saying? And then it talks in one of the scriptures that says that it talks about our land, and it says the foxes walk upon it. Who is that talking about?
Talk about them Jewish.
Right. That's exactly who it's talking about.
Jews.
You know what I'm saying? So now he will be that, and now you run around with a damn yarmulke on. You know what I'm saying? Bald ass head, yarmulke on, with a prayer shawl on and everything. Now you're not teaching hardcore that you the Israelites and all of that. You're not teaching that no more. You're saying you're a convert.
Right.
Even though you done read in the scripture how you that and they're not. Right. You thinking now you're a convert now. You're a new Jew now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, you'll be getting recircumcised. Right. You'll be what Sammy Davis Jr. He did that. You know what I'm saying? He gonna sit there and let these Amalekites cut another piece of skin off his wood. You know what I'm saying? And then just damn intelligence is on call. You know your rod's already bigger than theirs any damn way. You sit there and let him mess with your rod, you know what I'm saying, to cut something off of it. He might slip with that damn knife. I'm just saying, you know. You going in there, you know what I'm saying, he pissed off because he already know that you the real, you know what I'm saying, that you the real, you know, you the real Jew for real. You the real seed of Jacob for real. That's right. And then you the stronger people for real. That's right. And people, that's one of the reasons why these ancient cultures always tripped out over the rod. You know what I'm saying? Because a rod is a symbol of strength. Now you coming in thinking you a damn Gentile is getting ready to be converted, but he know you the real one and everything. He might hurt your shit. That's right. You know what I'm saying? He might do something to your shit. I'm just saying. How the hell could you trust that? You can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't trust that at all. Well, let me go back to the scriptures again. Okay, go ahead and in the verse 5.
And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, my children, I will not go out free.
Now, it says, if the servant plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. He said he said it plainly, because by law, we're to treat one another like brothers when he serves you. Right. Regardless of whether employment, you have a black business, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? A black man coming at he's supposed to get hired before anybody.
That's right.
Black, Hispanic, Native, Indian man, that man is supposed to be the first one in line to get the damn job. I don't give a damn. You got a lobby full of Chinese or whoever the hell that are well trained for the job. He has small portion of training. He's not trained that much. He comes to the front of the goddamn line. You see what I'm saying? He comes to the front of the line.
That's right.
But you have these fake Israelite people that'll say, no, they're going to choose the one that's best qualified. Because, see, we're all Hebrews, right? The way that they say we're all Hebrews. So this law applies to them. Now, you want to see whether that teaching that they teaching is bullshit or not. If the scriptures is not persuading you to this, then look at the repercussions behind what they do. Right. You see what I'm saying? Now think about this for a second. You're a man with great substance. You're a man, you got 5,000 sheep, 10,000 oxen. You know what I'm saying? You got all of this stuff going on. You just a filthy rich dude, right? All right. Now, what happens is, you see all of these people out here, you see this white dude, and you like, man, that guy's skilled. He's, even though he might be skilled, right? But you see that black man, and he's not so skilled, He's just willing to go in and work, you know what I'm saying? And you say, the white man's best for the job. You move him in forward, right? He worked for you for 6 years. And in the 7th year, you operate in this law with him. In the 7th year, he go out free. With the accumulation of everything that your Hebrew brother should have, because you thinking he's a Hebrew. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You thinking he's a Hebrew. Now he done left with a portion, with a nice portion of sheep and oxen and everything, and you done struck up a friendship with him, and you looking at him as a brother. He's not looking at you that way.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He's not looking at you that way at all. He's going to take what he got from you, go back to his people. He's going to send another poor white man.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? He sent that poor white man, and he's going to say, hey, look, Mr. Lord Azah. You know what I'm saying? He'll say, look, Lord Azah, I have this man here, and, this is a cousin of mine, and he fell on decay, and he lost everything. And you're going to be feeling his story, because also, too, you're thinking about the brotherhood that you have struck up with the Edomite. You see what I'm saying? You think about that brotherhood that you struck up with him, and you're going to judge based on that.
Right. So
now you'll take that his white buddy, move him to the front of the line. You see what I'm saying? 6, 7 years later, he will do the same thing.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You done struck up a friendship with both. He go back to his place, in come another. In come another. In come another. You see what I'm saying? What situation does that leave you in now?
It leaves you in turmoil. You done broke your own covenant with your own people.
Right.
You've given power to the enemy.
Right. Exactly. Now think about this for a second. Imagine the Arab doing it. You struck up a relationship with an Arab, the same thing. Right?
Okay.
The Chinese. Right?
Okay.
10 other, the African, Ethiopian. You done struck up that same type of relationship with all of them. They done serve you, and they done sat there and accumulated everything. Eventually, what's going to be left in the hands of you and your children?
Nothing.
Nothing at all. Not a damn thing. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you done enriched everybody else. What situation is your own people going to be in?
The situation we in now.
Right. Looking at the situation that we in now, who owns the chicken joints?
The Arabs.
Who also come of the seed of Abraham. Right? According to the flesh.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? the Asians.
Right.
All your families of the Asia of Ammon and Moab. Right?
Right.
Who also come of the seed of Abraham according to the flesh. You see what I'm saying? Now, who else? Well, the Africans don't, but still, we'll say Esau. Definitely. Yeah, that was the first one I mentioned. But yeah, we'll just go with them. We'll just go with those that was just mentioned. You see what I'm saying? Now, what are they going to, as they start to get more powerful than you, what are they going to do to you?
They're going to shut us out of everything, every economical prosperity they can possibly think of.
Right. So with these fake Israelite groups that are teaching that everybody that comes from Abraham is a Hebrew, what are they really trying to tell you to do?
Join your enemy.
Exactly. They're telling you to do the same damn thing Martin Luther King was telling you to do. They're telling you to do the same damn thing that your Christian pastors was telling you to do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? They're telling you to do they're telling you to do the same damn thing that the whole globe wants you to do so you can continue to be destroyed. And you know what else they're going to do from there? They're going to break you all the way down, and then they're going to, you know what they're going to say? They're going to break you down to where you have absolutely nothing, and then they're going to tell you that your problem is based on you having too many numbers.
That's right.
Now, you're going to be killing your kids. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Now, you're going to be killing your unborn. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So now, you see, you can tell, as the scripture says, you can tell a tree by the fruit that it bears.
That's right.
That everybody's a Hebrew doctrine. What fruit did it bear? Can anybody? I want the little young men. I want y'all to tell me what fruit does that bear? Does that teaching bear? Is it good or is it evil?
Oh, it's evil.
Say it loud. Say it with some conviction.
It's evil.
Right. You're damn right. It's evil. That's right. You see what I'm saying? A good tree doesn't bear evil fruit, does it?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So now let me ask the question. Is that doctrine of everybody that comes from Abraham is a Hebrew? Is that a good tree or a bad or an evil tree? Go ahead.
That's a bad tree.
That's right, it's an evil tree. You damn right it's an evil tree. So that cannot be the truth according to the Bible.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You got to look at the spirit of the law.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? You know, there's only one people in the Bible that were called Hebrews, and that's the people that come of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? That's the only people that are called Hebrews. Because the covenant was made with Jacob.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Going from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. Esau was moved to the damn side.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? And the Lord caused the blessing and caused that to rest upon Jacob. He didn't cause it to rest upon Abraham. See, here's the difference. He didn't cause it to rest upon Abraham. Right? Because Abraham had the ability to produce agendas that were not Hebrew. Even though he was a Hebrew himself. And if you debate was in which Trooper Isaiah, you will be an officer soon. Somebody gonna come with this. You see what I'm saying? Somebody gonna come at you with this, and you're gonna have to know how to cut them. You know what I'm saying? When they come at you with this. You see what I'm saying? Because it's a slick way that they do. As a matter of fact, I was in this fake Israelite church one time, and the pastor, out of everybody, called me to the front. You know what I'm saying? He called me to the front, just like if I call you to the front right now, you know, to sit right here, what are you gonna be for me?
I'm gonna be your right hand.
Right, but it's a little more specific though. You'll be reading for me, because I'll be doing teaching, right?
Come on.
Okay, you'll be reading for me, and you'll be assisting me. You see what I'm saying? Well, his slick ass called me up, you know, like he wanted me to be a reader. You see what I'm saying?
Come.
And he asked the question, who is a Hebrew? You see what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Shalaki. And I would answer, only people who have the covenant.
That's right. But the covenant was also given to
Isaac.
Yeah, and from Isaac, because Esau didn't get the covenant.
Judah, the tribe of Judah.
No. You got to go Jacob. Jacob, the father of Judah. You got to go there. He's a progenitor of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? But what this slick bastard tried to do was he put me up next to him to discredit me. You see what I'm saying? That's what he was trying to do the whole time, because I said the 12 tribes are Hebrews. He said, he looks at them and says, wrong. You see what I'm saying? Everything that comes from Abraham is a Hebrew. Go ahead.
So lucky. How is that possible when the Bible tells you that that's not the truth?
Right. And it said, why was the Lord angry with King Solomon for marrying a woman of Edom and Moab and Ammon? You see what I'm saying? If they was Hebrews, the Lord wouldn't have been angry.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The Lord ain't never checked no brother for marrying a woman of another tribe of Israel.
That's right.
You ain't never seen that. You see what I'm saying? So, by the spirit of the law, and that scripture, you can see who were Hebrews and who were not.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? The Lord was not angry with the woman that King Solomon had married in the Song of Solomon. You see what I'm saying? She was a Shulamite. A Shulamite was of a stock of a certain family of Israel. You see what I'm saying? You know, and that's what she was. She was an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? The Lord was not angry with that. But the Lord was angry when King Solomon took wives of Edom, who come of Abraham, of Moab, and Ammon, who come of Eber. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't come from Abraham. They the children of Abraham's nephew, Lot. You see what I'm saying? But they are descendants of Eber, who everybody says is the progenitor of all Hebrews. You know what I'm saying? Which, of course, he is. What's that?
I'm sorry. Go ahead, officer.
No, go ahead. What you have to say?
I was about to say, to my understanding, but the covenant wasn't given to the other sons of Isaac. I mean, of Jacob.
The covenant was given to the other sons of Jacob. Jacob is the son of Isaac.
Yeah, Isaac. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
So,
okay. No, Isaac only had two sons. He had Jacob and Esau. The covenant wasn't given to Esau. Go ahead.
Rebecca was the mother of Jacob and Esau.
Right.
And he gave the covenant to Jacob.
Right. Exactly. The covenant was with Jacob. But see, here's the thing. He caused the covenant to rest upon Jacob. Go ahead.
Which means forever and ever, the covenant stays with Israel.
Right, but even more so than that, everything that would shoot out of his loins would be a Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? Everything, all of his descendants will be Hebrew. Go ahead.
And according to our book, which means you are what your father is.
That's right. But see, here's the thing. Here's the difference. Because they will try and trick you with that. They'll try and trip you up. And they'll try and say, well, if you are what your father is, then who was Isaac's? Who was Esau's father? Go ahead.
Esau, once again, did not have the covenant.
But see, they'll trip you up and they'll say, well, you just said whatever you are what your father is, so you'd have to explain that to them. You'll have to take them to Genesis and show how all the nations were formed in Genesis. You see what I'm saying? And you'll also have to go into the Lord speaking to Rebecca, speaking to the Lord speaking to Rebecca and telling her 2 nations are in thy womb. You see what I'm saying?
Be at war.
Right. But see, here's the thing too. They'll try and make it like Jacob and Esau are the nation of Isaac. That's what they'll try and make it like. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
They'll try and have you thinking that it's a whole nation of Abraham. And inside this nation of Abraham, really, it ain't nothing but it's another version of what the conscious community tries to do with Africa. The only thing they use our skin color, the fact that we was taken from Africa, to put us in the sea of Africans. You see what I'm saying? And say we all one. We're all united. And then it also goes into the Hebrew movement also, because they'll try and say, you know, that all black people are Israel. Go ahead.
But that's not what the book says.
Right.
It says Ham was the progenitor of the black race, but not the Negroes.
Right. But you'll have to show that in the Zanderban, because it won't say that in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? You'll have to show that in the Zanderban. With that, you just go ahead and break down, you know what I'm saying, the families of Ham. You see what I'm saying? And then, because they'll sit there and claim to be Israel, and you got to explain to them that they can't be two. They can't be Israel and Ham. You see what I'm saying? You have to explain to them that they can't be both. They can only be one. You know what I'm saying? So if we're Israelites, right? And they'll say they'll have you they'll sit there and say everything is dark skinned is an Israelite. Everything is dark. Well, you know what? You got dark ass Cambodians.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I guess that make them Israel too. You know what I'm saying? Hell, you got dark Vietnamese. You know what I'm saying? So they can't go. You have to kill that whole melanin bullshit with them. You have to kill that, huh?
Salaki. Even the elders of China and Japan are dark skinned.
Yeah, right. That's true. Yeah, I mean, think about it. I mean, hell, when you look at Lot was dark, just like, you know, Abraham.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know, when you go into ancient, when you have to go back to Moab and Ammon, though. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Call them what they are. You know, or the Mongoloid people.
Perfect.
You know what I'm saying? Go
That's
back
right.
to what they were before what they called now. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You know, because when you say Chinese and Japanese, what it's going to do is it's going to put a picture in your head of Bruce Lee and, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know, but go back to what they formerly were before that, the Mongol people. You know what I'm saying? The Mongoloid hordes. You know what I'm saying? And then when you when you talk about Mongoloid, you can also hit them with the definition of a Mongoloid. You see what I'm saying? So now, when you go into the story of Lot, of how Moab and Ammon was produced, now you can sit there and show how the Chinese and Japanese, are their features distinct? Why do they, you know what I'm saying? And show what nation they are, and show that this was beginning of a nation right here.
That's right.
They're not the same as Eber, even though they're descendant of Eber also. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, Ammon, you know, Lot was the child of Abraham's brother. You know what I'm saying? It was his nephew.
Right.
So, you know, Terah is the father of Abraham. You know what I'm saying? And his brother, Nahor, who is the father of the Syrians.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who was Rebekah's father. You see what I'm saying? Right. Rebekah, because at that time, Nahor and Abraham still had a brotherly covenant. You see what I'm saying? They still had a brotherly covenant. They were still, but as nations grow, they split. You see what I'm saying? But the Lord charged us with staying together.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? He didn't charge Abraham with staying with Nahor. That's why he split them up. He sent them in different directions. Nahor himself was a righteous man.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? But what was inside his loins would eventually, down the line, go on to be an enemy of the nation of Israel. You see what I'm saying? Oh, wait a minute. Brakatham. Oh, y'all get the. Okay. All right.
How about you?
Yahweh Shimei al Shabrakatah. Yahweh Shimei al Shabrakatah. And if the servant shall plainly say, Salaki, make sure that the door is locked. All right. Okay, you leave out last outside. You leave out outside. You leave out last, and make sure the door is locked behind you. And if the servant shall plainly say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free, then his master shall bring him unto the judges. This man is to go before the judges, and let everybody know, hey, look, I want to kick it. I want to hang out with this brother right here. We've been friends, for 7 years. I've been his man's servant. What need have I to go any damn where else? You see what I'm saying? Why not, my family and his family merge together and become a great powerhouse? You see what I'm saying? You merge with an enemy like that, you merge with another nation like that, you merge with Edom like that, you're not going to become a damn great powerhouse. You ain't no damn powerhouse today, are you? You see what I'm saying? You setting up under them, and they're allowing even non-Shemitic people to come and rule over your ass also. So obviously it's got to be something wrong with that teaching. You see what I'm saying? Then his master shall bring him into the judges. He shall also bring him to the door, or unto the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl. That awl is a gold earring. That's what he's to put in his ear. He's to put an earring inside his ear, showing that this is my servant right here. You see what I'm saying? But this servant, as great, if his master keeps getting greater and greater and greater, this servant is going to get greater and greater and greater, and the servant's children are going to get greater and greater and greater, and these two families are going to intermarry in with one another. You see what I'm saying? And they will be like the righteous version of Morgan and Chase. Procter and Gamble. You see what I'm saying? They'll be, they will be the righteous version of that. That is, if they don't fall into wickedness. And in the kingdom of God, they won't fall into wickedness. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has to serve. That is a rule upon the earth. Everybody has to serve. Everybody's a servant. So I know a lot of fake, silly Christians and everything will have a problem with this. Not even discerning the fact that they servants right now, they think they're free. Just because they can do whatever lust it is they want to. You see what I'm saying? Because they can do all their lust, so they think that they're free. All their lust up under the damn white man. You see what I'm saying? But let you try to do something right, though. Let you try and do something righteous and see what happens. Then you'll realize, hey, I've been a servant in this land. I've been a slave here. Because as long as you're doing wickedness, you see what I'm saying? A lot of times you don't feel the crunch.
That's right.
But let you do something righteous. Let you love your neighbor as you love yourself, which is a black, Hispanic, a native Indian man. And you're going to find out that you were a servant here the whole damn time. You were a slave here. Because they're going to come against you for that. You see what I'm saying? And who is it that's going to come against you the hardest? These same people, these same nations that these fake Israelite groups tell you that they're Hebrew just because they come from Abraham. They're going to be the ones that's dropping the hammer on you. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
They're going to be the ones that's going to persecute you for doing Hebrews are going to have power on their side to do this to you. They're going to have power. They're going to have state laws and all of that to hurt you. You see what I'm saying? You will have to depend upon the Most High. You will have to get into the ranks of the Israelite school of universal and practical knowledge. Just like even the wicked Hebrews in their fake Israelite groups, they can do something nice every now and then. But you know what? You know what's going to hurt them? The fact that they're not up under the proper order up in the ISUPK up under Commander General Yahan. So now their good is going to be forced into something evil. You see what I'm saying? It's going to be forced to turn into something evil because they're not operating in order. And also, when you're operating in a nation, in your nation, right? You have power to do what's right. You now have power when you didn't really have that before. That's why the Christian church is so damn weak. Even when they want to do something right, it's a violation to them like it's a sin. You know what I'm saying? It violates their mind like it's a sin. Because in their mind is white Jesus and all white Jesus' family. Looking at him and shaking their head like you're doing wrong. That's not right. You're supposed to love everybody. You're not supposed to specifically love a black or Hispanic. You're not supposed to do that. They got that going on in their mind. You see what I'm saying? And that is coming from that same nation that your stupid fake Israelite leader is telling you that is a Hebrew right alongside you. You see what I'm saying? Now, if you want to know right and wrong, good and bad, and you don't believe, you ain't believing, you don't understand what the Bible's saying, look at the repercussions. Look at what happens when you do that. Just like I made mention before, if you got a multitude of substance, a multitude of camels, a multitude of sheep, oxen, whatever it is, and you try and use the same law of it's kind of like the law of servitude. You know, you try and use that with other nations, those nations are only going to pick your damn bones clean, fulfilling the curses in Deuteronomy 28 when it says your dead body shall be meat unto the fowls of the air and to the beasts of the field. Because what are they going to do? They're all going to take a damn portion from you and go back to where they're from and empower their own nation against your ass. And these will be the same people that you were running around talking about. Now, these are Hebrews. You see them just because Esau is son of Isaac, who's son of Abraham. You run around thinking that, he's a Hebrew just because of that. Because of your fake Israelite leader who don't understand the Bible, or he can understand this concept, but wants to go against it because he want to get white people in his congregation because he know white people got money. You see what I'm saying? And if there's so much of Hebrews, then why the hell ain't they joined with you in anything? They're joined to take from you. That's it. That's all they're joined to do. They're not squeezed in the ghetto with you. And even, you know what? Even when they are in the ghetto with you, they operate separately from you. You see what I'm saying? They operate separately. I remember a project in Louisville that had heathens all in the projects. But inside the projects, we were all separate. You had a few friends sprinkled out there and there. There was some heathen nations, but they were still strongly rooted to their own damn people. Now, you look at those people 20 years after, they own the nail salons. And got your woman coming in there paying $40, $60, arguing with you to pay $40 and $60 so she could go to some damn Asians, Vietnamese, and get her damn nails done instead of taking that same damn $40 and starting her own nail business. You see what I'm saying? This is what happens when you run around thinking that everybody is one. That ain't nothing but it's an Israelite version of the Christian doctrine. It's the same damn thing that the conscious community does with Africa, though it's in a whole sea of Africans. It's the same damn thing that they do. And this agenda is pushed by the damn Jewish white man who takes charismatic niggas and teaches them this doctrine, and they spread that doctrine around. You see what I'm saying? And you'll use that doctrine Not only to love heathens, but to hate your damn own who come from the same loins that you come from, which is Jacob, and who the covenant rested upon. And you'll even go as far as to blame blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians for our own suffering. But let something happen to them other heathen dogs that led the Holocaust. You know, you looking back at the Holocaust back in the 40s and saying, see, look what happened to them. And having so much compassion upon them. You know, something happened with white people. Who you say is Edom, who you say is a Hebrew because they come from Isaac, who come from Abraham. And you have so much compassion upon them. But then your own, who come from the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, who come from the loins of Jacob, you say, see, look, they're the cause of their own damn problems. You see what I'm saying? You notice the difference there? That difference there shows who the hell the Hebrews are. That difference there, how you just severed them out and said, they're the problem. That is showing you that those other nations whom you love and suck up to are not Hebrews, and the ones that you are blaming for their own misery are. You see what I'm saying? That's what that's doing. All nations, you know, when we was slaves in Egypt, how many others of the seed of Abraham was in our slaves too? How many people that came from the Lord, how many other nations that came from the loins of Eber were working in all manner of service for Pharaoh? They were specifically called the Hebrews. The blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that served up under the Egyptians. Why the hell does everybody want to be a Hebrew now that you coming out of your slumber and knowing who you are and start to turn back to the Lord? Oh, now everybody's a Hebrew now, huh? Why you asking the cotton field who the hell want to be a Hebrew? All you niggas that want to graft everybody in, why ain't you go and petition them to be grafted? Why don't you go to prisons and petition the white people that's in prison to be Hebrews and help out the blacks? Why don't you go and tell the cops, he want to be grafted in, tell him to go and start helping black people and start loving black people. You won't do that. You see what I'm saying? You won't do that at all. But at the same damn time, your ass will sit there and you'll sit there and persecute your own damn people and then try to graft in another people while sitting there and going against your own. This is the wicked thing that all of these Israelites and all of those do. You see what I'm saying? Israelites, Israelite, they coming out with all kind of names now. And all of them have a doctrine of loving the white man. They just alter it, you know. They coming out almost like a different church denomination. Now you got Baptist, Methodist, Episcopalian, all of that. All of them's core is white Jesus, but you know they are different in certain things, traditions, and teachings. But they all have the same core base. Is to love the damn white man. Guess what? Your Israelites have the same goddamn thing. They have that same core base. When you join into Israel, if you go in there and you looking for truth and you wandering around and all of that, you groping as a blind man that groping till you stumble upon some group, right? Find out what their core base is. Don't let your woman love the music, you know what I'm saying, and start floating, you know what I'm saying. Don't let that stuff happen. You keep your damn head. You know, and when you sit there and say, you know, I'm leaving this damn, I'm not with this stuff. You find out their core base, and you take your woman the hell up out of there. You see what I'm saying? And you better off just keep looking. If you don't know that the UPK is where you should be at, you better keep on the move. You better not sit in one of these places and rest. You see what I'm saying? Because that rest will mess around and be your tomb. Now let me get back into the scriptures. And his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall serve him forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. All right. Women and men are not the damn same.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? You got sisters that's running around talking about, you know, I can have male friends. They think they can have male friends. What doctrine is that? Where do you find that in the Bible? You see what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, they got an old term for that. A woman that go out and do as she please. And in old English, that was called a gadabroad. You see what I'm saying? A gadabroad is a woman that has free reign to go where she pleases. Do as she pleases. That's a gadabroad. And Jacob's daughter Dinah had that spirit. That's why she ended up getting raped. Because they never were supposed to be in the city of Shechem in the first damn place. You see what I'm saying? She was never supposed, it said she went out to see the daughters of the land, right? Her ass should have been at home. So what did it lead to? It led to her getting raped. And that shame being put upon the nation of Israel, Dinah being the only daughter of Jacob. Jacob was severely grieved behind this. You see what I'm saying? She should have never been out like that. That's why the law says here. And if a man sell his daughter to be a maidservant, she shall not go out as the manservants do. She ain't supposed to be going out like that. The men servants, on the other hand, a man is the stronger of the damn two. Psychologically and physically. And spiritually. That's why the Bible calls the woman the weaker vessel. Eve also was a gadabroad. That's why she ended up biting the fruit. You see what I'm saying? That's why she ended up, the kingdom ended up being shifted from Adam to the serpent. Dominant rulership on the earth, rather, went from Adam to the serpent. Because Eve was a gadabroad. You see what I'm saying? Dinah was a gadabroad and got raped. Now, when you have a daughter, and now you wonder why so many young black girls come up missing in D.C., because they had the spirit of a gadabroad. Every time you look around, there's another goddamn Hebrew woman on a milk carton. She ain't supposed to have freedom to do what the hell she want to do. Every time she is to go out with boys, her brothers, cousins, or whoever the hell. She ain't supposed to go out by her damn self. She's not no man. That's why this law was set in place. You see what I'm saying? This judgment right here was set in place. Your daughter come up to you, well, I just wanted to go over to such and such. Your job was to make sure that she didn't go out by herself. You see what I'm saying? She ain't supposed to damn do that. Now, let me get back into the scriptures. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm going to skip down a little bit. All right, no, I'm going to go ahead and stick with it. If she please not her master, who hath betrothed her to himself, then shall he let her be redeemed. To sell her into a strange nation, he shall not have no power, seeing he have dealt deceitfully with her. And if he have betrothed her unto his son, he shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. Now, I done sat there and I done heard somebody use this scripture, which I'm going to address this in this class. I done heard somebody use this scripture to say that this is grounds for divorce. Right? I done heard some Christian group say that this right here is a grounds for divorce. If a man ain't got a job and he can't provide, that that's grounds for divorce. Because they done went inside this right here and then twisted this scripture up, and this would be the same group that tell you that the Old Testament was done away with, right? They'll go right into this, and they'll sit there and say, see, you know, this is grounds for divorce right here. He won't get a job. They sit there trying to say if the man won't get a job, then that's grounds for divorce. But I'm getting ready to break this down right here. And if he had betrothed her unto his son, see, they put it to the form that this is talking about a man and his particular wife, right? Because it says if he had betrothed her to his son. If you had betrothed her to his son, that makes it not his wife, but his son's to-be wife. But they have sat there and twisted this and think that it's talking about if a man got a wife and he's not working, she has grounds to leave and divorce him. They got people thinking that. Now watch this. And he hath betrothed her unto his son. He shall deal with her after the manner of daughters. If he take him another wife, her food, her raiment, her duty of marriage shall he not diminish. Means he is to take care of her as his wife also, even though he had got him another wife. Right? And if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free without money. Because if he doesn't take care of this woman, that's why Judah told Tamar to go into her father's house. Because at that time, Shelah had got another wife. This ain't got a damn thing to do with a man not having a job, and he's not working, and his wife having authority to go ahead and leave him because he ain't working. This ain't got a damn thing to do with that. But Christians done took this right here and done twisted it and done made it into something that it's not. This is the law concerning a man. If you got a great man and he went and he found a wife for his son, right? Or no, she was the maidservant, right? She was the maidservant whom he made the wife of his son. Or he said, I want you to marry her. I want you to get with her. You know? Now, he's been taking care of this woman. You see what I'm saying? Because she was the father's servant. He's given her to his son. So now he's been taking care of her. He's been doing this and that for her, you know what I'm saying, doing things like what he's supposed to do. Now, his son, now he see this other girl, and he's like, man, my son would love that. You know what I'm saying? He take her too. Give her to his son. You know what I'm saying? Now, the woman whom he formerly had, he's still to treat her like that's the son's wife too. You see what I'm saying? His son got two wives. The one that he had as a maidservant, as a wife, and the one he just recently taken. You see what I'm saying? And it says, and if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go free without money. But if he decides, nah, I'm not going to take care of her, I got my son another wife. He's like, and this would be a treacherous dude right here, you know what I'm saying? But he like, I don't know about you, you know, but, you know, all right there, though, you know, got this for my son, you know what I'm saying? Now, he decided, I ain't going to take care of her now. What he's to do now, since he's not taking care of her, is to go ahead and let her go free. And the common custom was that she would go back to her father's house. You see what I'm saying? They ain't got a damn thing to do with a husband and a wife, and the husband lost his job. Now he used to work at Ford Motor Company, making $30 an hour. Now he's down, Ford done cut him out the deal, they done bought him out his little contract and all that. Now he ain't got no job. Now the only thing that he can sit there and get now is something that's paying damn half of what they were $15 an hour when he's formerly making 30. Now he's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? So now he's sitting and coasting for a while without work. Now their standard of living has done went down a bit. It's done dropped a notch now. You see what I'm saying? Now she's mad. Now she's like, this nigga, he ain't working. You see what I'm saying? He ain't doing nothing. He ain't doing shit. You see what I'm saying? Now she's like, because he's stressing. She don't give a damn about the fact that this man had worked for Ford for 20 years. making $30 an hour. Done took care of them, bought big old house, done did all of this stuff. Done took care of her, done sat there and put the kids through college and all of that. You know what I'm saying? But now he don't have that now. And he don't want to go out and work for $15 an hour. He wants something where he can make at least 25. Somewhere to get him close to what the hell he was working, making that damn board so he don't lose his goddamn family. You see what I'm saying? If he get a job making $15 an hour, he's still gonna lose his family. Because that standard of living has dropped. She's not gonna be able to afford the same stuff that she's accustomed to now. Now she can't go and buy whatever, what is the new person's Dooney Bird, Gucci, whatever the hell. She can't do that stuff now. Now she has to downsize everything herself. You see what I'm saying? She can't go and feel, she don't have a room as big as a living room for her shoes now. You see what I'm saying? So now he's thinking about all of this. So he's trying to get something something that can replace what the hell he just lost. You see what I'm saying? And where he don't have to break his damn back. He's trying to play a balancing act, but the way she sees it, this nigga ain't working. He ain't doing shit. She takes her black ass to the Christian church and talks to the pastor about it. And that pastor comes with this. He come with this and say, well, he ain't working. He ain't working. So now, according to this law, she's able to go free without money. You see what I'm saying? He done sat there and they done twisted this scripture up and then tried to precept it up and then, they done got real crafty with this. It tripped me out when I seen it, how crafty they get now. You see what I'm saying? That's why it's very important to really read this Bible and read and understand these laws and really get into it. You see what I'm saying? This is a damn shame, that's why these judgments are so important. And the fact that in these fake-ass Israelite groups, they stay away from this. They stay away from the judgments. They talk about the laws. They'll talk about the statutes. They'll talk about the commandments. But they will leave out the judgments. They will leave that totally out. Because they will be obligated and they'll piece whatever it is that they want to take out of it. You see what I'm saying? And try and pull it into the New Testament or whatever and try and dazzle it up. Because they know there ain't nobody going to go into these judgments and really read it. So now you got this dumb asshole, whose husband lost a job before. Now she was some nigga, and the nigga that she got ain't even got a job at all. He just throwing the thunder rod on her. You know what I'm saying? And her little money from her job and everything, she buying him shoes. You see what I'm saying? She taking care of him now. She done got her man 10 years younger than her. We already know what that's about. It ain't about him going and working and establishing nothing for them. He's 10 years younger than her. She 30, he 20. You know what I'm saying? His job is to throw on her. That's it. And she'll downsize and go to a little apartment, as long as he's throwing the thunder rod to her after she done left her husband, but him not having him losing his job and him being in distress. She done totally left him. And then she'll inherit the house. And that same young nigga that she with, he gonna turn that into a party spot. Let her ass go out there and go to work. You know what's going down. You know what I'm saying? He gonna sit there and bring bras to that crib and gonna be like, this is my crib. This is all my shit right here. You know what I'm saying? And see, that's how these marriages get wiped out and destroyed. That's why you gotta learn from the priests and the prophets that's in the ISUPK, or you're gonna wipe your damn family out. You're gonna destroy your whole goddamn family. Listen to some group, some Israelite group, or congregating with some Christian, Yah's house. You're gonna wipe your damn family the hell out. That's what you're gonna damn do, man. You gotta learn from the priests and the prophets of the Lord. Everything is done under authority, and these people are not authorized Get that through your head. Authority is another class in a future class that I'm going to also break down too, and I'm going to break down the importance of it. They are not teaching you right. For one thing, the Lord didn't even send them. If the Lord did call them and choose them, they will make their way to the ISUPK and come from here. They will come out of the province of the ISUPK, and they will be in the ISUPK under the rank and authority. You see what I'm saying? That's where the word authorized comes from. It comes from the word authority. Just like, that's why when you look at the King James Bible, out of all the other Bibles out there, all the other books out there, there's only one book that says authorized on it. And that's the Bible and the Apocrypha who come together to make one book. Authority is very important. That's why they asked Christ, by what authority does he do these things? And then all of this bullshit y'all said about King James, he was this and he was that. No, King James was authorized. He was of the bloodline of the tribe of Judah. That's why the 7 heads that was here, the Ivo. You see what I'm saying? He got his authority. He learned from them angry slaves in the South. The authority, don't give a damn about whether you're rich or poor. Just like the Bible says, the gifts and the callings of God are without repentance. You see what I'm saying? Regardless of what state you're in, you still have that. That's why Iowa went and had to go to some slaves. Some people that was breaking their damn back, parched in the damn heat, speak with that down south accent and all of that. He had to learn from them. He had to get the authority coming from them. And with that authority, he took that authority to New York. And he authorized 3 men who authorized 4 more men and became the 7th, who authorized Commanding General Yohana. Commanding General Yohana authorized General Muhammad, General Mayat, and all the generals up under them, going all the way down to the captains, the officers, the troopers. You see, that's how that thing worked. You see what I'm saying? That's how it worked. And the groups that you listening to, all of these Yahuites and all of them, they're not authorized. So that's why your family's going to get wiped the hell out. That's why that is. Because you listening to unauthorized men. They did not learn from the priests and the prophets, and even the ones in the Israelite groups that did learn, but yet left out of the ISUPK. They had it, but then what they had, once they left, got mingled. You see what I'm saying? Just like when the Most High gave the truth and authority to Adam. But see, when Adam listened to Eve, when he listened to his woman, right? And she ate of the tree. And she got him to eat of the tree. That same breath that was breathed into him, the same laws, statutes, and commandments that was breathed into him, now something mingled came inside there. That's why we had to have Christ, who was the second Adam, to take out the mingling and put everything straight again. You see what I'm saying? Adam had the authority. Adam listened to his woman and left the truth. You see what I'm saying? All the fake groups that are real big and famous had authority, but they left it and it got mingled. You see what I'm saying? This is why you're listening to them, and your woman is getting ready to rule over you now. You see what I'm saying? Your woman is ruling you, and your woman is the emotional side of the marriage, and you can't run a house or a kingdom or a nation or a government on some goddamn estrogen. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. But that's what these other groups are doing. They left the warrior spirit. They're the spirit that's supposed to cause them to stand against something. That spirit that causes them to have testosterone. And I'll bet you a whole lot of these Israelites, these fake Israelite groups got low T. They got low testosterone. I'll bet it. I'll put money. I bet you it's common as hell among them. Because they done sat there and left off their damn warrior spirit. And without your warrior spirit, you can't stand against nothing. You gotta have it. You gotta be a warrior. You have to have that. You see what I'm saying? Even if you're not, inside the actual army, a willing participant inside the army, even inside your house, you pay your tithes to the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. You support this troop the way you can, and you be the dominant figure inside your house. You see what I'm saying? You gotta be that. Because what's going to happen is your woman's going to talk you out of supporting the truth. That's what she's going to do. You'll support the truth for a little bit, but then if you're not the head of that house, she's going to come at you. I want you to look at this. What you think about this? And there'll be some candy group that'll be somehow branched out of some Ben Yahweh movement. You know what I'm saying? They're sitting there praising the woman that's running around as vegans and all that. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, she's going to have your ass in a nudist colony some damn where. You see what I'm saying? Claiming to be an Israelite. You be running around with a mitra on neck. This is the type of stuff, if you listen to your woman, you see what I'm saying, who's listening to these fake Israelite groups who are listening to the white man. You can't do that. You have to get to where the authority is at. You have to submit yourself up under the authority. That's how it works. That's what's going to straighten your life out. That's what's going to straighten your family out. That's how this thing works, man. It ain't about just knowing stuff. Just knowing knowledge and all of that. That's not what it's about. You can't, just like what Captain was shot, mentioned to me. He said, you can't, this nation is not built on breakdowns. You got some Israelite groups out there learn what they learned from One West, and they come with the cold breakdown. But brotherhood, they have none. So what are they doing? They coming in, it's a pissing contest of who got the most knowledge. Whenever they come, they don't see each other or talk to each other or anything until Sabbath come around. And when Sabbath come around, just like what the Apostle Paul said about the one group, everybody got a revelation. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got a prophecy. Everybody got a song. Everybody got a something. And everybody's only coming around to have a pissing contest over who's greatest in their gifts or who got the greatest gifts. You ain't gonna go, who got the best knowledge, you ain't gonna build no nation on that. And that's what all of these fake Israelite groups do. Throughout the week, they have no brotherhood for one another at all. They don't even hang out or nothing. They only see each other on Saturdays. But this is who you listening to. You see what I'm saying? You get all of this knowledge and everything from them, and you're becoming just like them. And you're turning aside to bang janglings, and what eventually ends up happening, even in your knowledge, you're gonna be messed up in that. That's what happened to one leader of one group. He debated a damn devil and was destroyed in the damn debate. You see what I'm saying? He threw all this jambalaya knowledge together and come in, and instead of calling the white man the devil and then battling him on that front, he battled him in the, what do you call that, sir? What do you call that?
Tetragrammaton?
He battled in the Tetragrammaton, which you cannot go into the Tetragrammaton and prove the Tetragrammaton by the Bible. So what did he do? He cut his root off. You see what I'm saying? That's what he did. He cut his root off. He cut off, his whole root, him being rooted in the ISUPK, which is rooted in the scriptures. He cut all of that off. Now he's a cluster of grapes separated from the vine. Now he's going to turn into vinegar. Now he's going to become just like what Ben Yahweh and all of those groups, running around with linen on, with see-through linen on. You know what I'm saying? See-through white linen. And the woman having a masculine spirit and the man being like a damn homosexual. That's what's eventually going to happen with him now. That's the future. That's his destiny. That is, if he don't shake that garbage off and come back into the ranks. As a matter of fact, this brother was a very high-ranking brother here in the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Now, let's see. Here's another one. He that smiteth a man so that he die shall surely be put to death.